YouTube and Facebook. On that note, you can see what our internet is up to. I'm sorry about that. But welcome to the Coffee Shop Show. I am Nastine.
And that would make me Peter.
And we are the co-founders of Explore ProTech Entrepreneurial Haven. We have these shows every single Friday as a safe space for you guys to come and check in, get some answers, talk to real entrepreneurs from around the world, and get to know them and connect with them. As always, we will be linking every single person that you see on the show in the actual comments or in the description, so you will go, you'll be able to go and see their LinkedIn details and connect with them from there. So keep a keen eye out for the people that you resonate with, because these could be the people that make your wildest entrepreneurial dreams come true. On that note, so our new format for the Coffee Shop Show, we are focusing on one question and trying to tackle that question from as many different perspectives as we possibly can. So our one question that we will be discussing today is, what is the secret to building a business that runs without you? Okay, so panel members, if you can kindly just share with us the secret, then we'll be on our way and we'll go do that and we'll all get filthy rich and it will be amazing. So if you could just tell us what the secret is. Okay, so I'm not sure who wants to go first, but I'm actually really excited about the panelists that we have here, because we have someone that is a marketing coach. That's Megan Kronberger from the Marketing Lifeline. She's everything marketing. She knows absolutely everything about it, which is really, I think, a very, very key to probably building that business that runs without you. And then the other person we have is our own little empire creator and owner, Janine Lingenfelder. And she created the Virtual Assistant Network, which is basically the dream there is that it will run completely without her. But at the same time, be so beneficial to all the virtual assistants across the globe. So, and then we have the instant himself. I mean,
aren't you lucky?
Anyway, we'll get into that. But I've never seen anyone that can do so little and accomplish so much in my entire life. And I mean that in the best way possible. I mean, Peter built Explore ProTech from scratch, and the way that he has built it, like I've never seen anything like it in my life. So I think this is going to be a good one.
I mean, I think if we get all the different perspectives from everybody that we have here.
Speak into the mic.
Into the mic?
Yes.
Like into the mic?
Yes.
Okay. If we get all the perspectives from everybody that we have here, everybody's got a different way of doing things. And I think if you take all the different perspectives and you kind of take what you can use, and let's see if that makes a difference.
Okay, cool. So without further ado, shall we do what we do best and shove Janine right into the spotlight?
It's like you knew, because I was like ready to push that button to just answer something here. It's such a deep subject. And I don't think that it's just one secret for me personally. I think it's like a combination of so many things that makes it one massive secret. And the one thing I can definitely say is to take a stand for yourself. You know, if you are just like not sure with your current situation or your circumstances, you know, you can't blame the economy the whole time. You can't blame your spouse or your employees. You need to change, and change can only occur when you make a conscious decision to make it happen. So that's the one secret I will definitely share and say is part of the big secret, is to take a stand for yourself and make the changes happen. I am Janine from Jelani Sales, your virtual sales office.
Thank you, Janine. I have a feeling you're going to be saying that a lot today. But that is awesome advice. I mean, we have to take, and I actually I thought I had this down right. Like I'm the person that says like, if you don't like the life you're living, change it. If you want a better future, make one. If you want something, go for it. Set your goals and then work for it, and then you can have it. That's the way life works. But even me, like I found myself in a space where I'm working 24/7, and it's like I've kind of created my own job, except instead of having one boss that is demanding and needs things of me, I have 50. So I had to take like a good hard look at myself and go like, wait a minute, Nastine, like, because you got into entrepreneurship because you want freedom. Like, that's my one thing. Like, that's what I want. I have to be able to get up one morning and just, be able to decide what I want to do. Not have to, like, you have to have this meeting and then you have to go there and then you need to do this. And then, I'm exhausted before I even got up.
Well, I think it's a really good question. I mean, we've discussed this before, whether the difference between working in your business and working on your business. That is a whole discussion on its own. But if your strategy leads you to a point where your business cannot function without you, then your strategy is that if you are incapacitated in any way, then your business is just not going to run. So, there has to be a workaround. There has to be a way to figure out, how do I function in such a way that the workflow still gets accomplished, even if I'm not available? And then the question is, how do you do that?
And the thing is, Peter kept saying that, and I kept thinking, sure, but it doesn't really work like that in real life. Like, and besides, when I work hard, I feel good about myself, and everyone's like, wow, Nastine is such a hard worker. But then I needed to realize, like, that's what I'm going to be then for the rest of my life, a very hard worker. If I keep on building that type, because I was literally building that type of life for myself. And it's only now that I've realized that not only is it okay to go, you know what, I would sometimes like to take a break. Sometimes I would like to not work 24 hours a day.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll let one secret out of the bag, and then maybe we can discuss that. And we'll see how it's actually worked for everyone else that's here. So one of my secrets is, actually it's no secret, I say it all the time, it's relationship first. Relationship first. So if we have to host the show and we're not available, who can I reach out to say, hey, listen, I need you to back me up. Like, I need somebody to host the show. And the only person that's going to, or the only people that are going to do that are people that I have relationships with, that know me well enough to know exactly what I do, how I do it, why I do it. People that are engaging. So if you surround yourself with the right people, I know that at this point in time, I could pick up the phone and say, hey guys, listen, we actually got to rush. There's an emergency. Sorry, Jenny, can you take over this? Can you take over the show? Sorry,
we should take that.
We should test that.
Okay.
But I mean, that's just a little part of the strategy. If we look at our business model and we look at all the different pillars of Explore Project and the different departments and how they function, I don't function in the Gossen Task Force. Ginny would know, she's in the Gossen Task Force. I don't function in the YouTube channel task force. I don't function the lifestyle task force. There are these teams that have people in them that function within Explore Project, and the only thing I have to do is build relationship with the people that lead those teams. At any given point in time, I can, all right, we're going on holiday for a week, we're not available. Guys, this is the show that needs to run. Everybody knows what's cooking, everybody knows what's going on, everybody knows what they need to do in their space. Am I necessary? Yes. Am I needed all the time? No. No, I'm not. Because I know Janine's got my back. I know Stephen Westwood has got my back. I know that Chris Kolbe has got my back. It's a big difference in the way you build. Sorry. That was the noise you could hear earlier. It's a big difference in the way you build. And if you build that way from the very beginning, then your workload is tough in the beginning because you're building those relationships. But as you progress, you get to a point where your workload gets lighter and lighter and lighter, and people function within the space that you allow them to function in if you give them the authority to do so. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's maybe go to the one and only Megan from the Marketing Lifeline. Megan, I'm super keen to hear what you have to say. What do you think is the secret to building a business that runs without you?
Awesome. Thanks, Nestine and Peter. Yeah, as Peter was busy talking, I was making some extra notes because it just started coming to me as some very obvious things maybe that we often just don't think about. But yeah, I mean, I absolutely agree 100% with mostly what Peter said. Building relationships is a number one. And I think that's why we find ourselves in networking groups like we do, because we're just supporting each other. You know, there is an amount of marketing one can do, but of that, we need to build relationships. So, but let me go on to my list, because I've actually made a list now to make sure I don't miss anything. So number one for me is I don't think any business can run without the manager or the owner in it. Like, even if you on the outside, you still need to be in it some shape or form. So never have the idea, if you're going to become an entrepreneur, that you're going to start a business and you're going to surf all day and the business is just going to run. That's never going to happen. Yes, you can surf all day, but you need to have the systems in place to enable that. So that's number one, is just know if you want to have a successful business, you're going to have to be in the business in some shape or form. Number two is definitely, coming from me, you need a strategy and a plan, because everyone needs to be on the same page. You need to know what your achievements are tomorrow, the next day, and thereafter, how many customers you need to get into your business, etc. Because without a plan, you're also never going to succeed, and you can never do any KPIs with any staff because there's no measurement, there's no success rates, nothing. So definitely you need a plan. Number three, as well, use your strengths, as Peter said. If you are not strong at building relationships in your business, then outsource it to somebody who has that ability. Don't think as a business owner you have to do absolutely everything always, because we're not all experts in everything. So absolutely identify what your strength is and rather focus on that in your business and outsource the rest, so that your strength enhances your business at the same time and you enjoy what you do, right? Because if numbers was my game, I would have been an accountant, but it isn't. So I outsource those things and I focus on the things that I love, because then it doesn't feel like too much work, right? And then another one is also be smart about how you go about doing things. With the luxury of having automation that we do nowadays, you know, we can set up systems that can do our posting in advance. We can set up evergreen email systems that can continually talk to our customers while we're surfing in the ocean, right? So it's just about how we set up our business, how we can generate leads and potential income while we are busy doing the things we also love outside of work. So I think allow technology to also enhance your business to enable you to do those things. Because how many courses and programs I've been on where, you know, we're there and we'll obviously present the content, but you possibly got the leads to that conference or webinar while you were sleeping. You know, your evergreen emails were going out, your marketing was running on the side, you've built relationships and people went online and booked for the event. So just be smart about technology and what's available to you to actually engage with people literally while you're sleeping, because yeah, we are now speaking to the world and we're all at different time zones, but and technology enables us to do this. And I think that was everything. I hope that was enough from me, but yeah, thanks. That's Megan from the Marketing Lifeline.
I adore that, Megan. I'm definitely going to be in touch so that you can set up our email marketing software. Because at the moment we have it. It's just that we're not really using it. But I would love to get leads while I sleep. That would be amazing.
I'd like to just get sleep.
So starting small.
Yeah, starting
small. But yeah, so I think this is a space where I can finally say this. You know, the one thing that always baffles me in the network, and you get this so many times, and I understand this because I am this person. Like, I naturally do that. This is the way I've been brought up. It aligns with my values. It aligns with who I am. But people will say something like, you know, I don't have time for networking right now because I'm working really hard creating this course. or writing this book or building my business. And then I'm like, crickets, because I don't know what to say. Like, I don't even know where to start. Usually I'm just like, you know what, I completely understand. You have to do what is best for you. But inside, I'm like, I was you.
And I'm the opposite. I'm
Until
like,
Peter
idiot,
found
you
me.
idiot.
Like, I believe that I can make any dream come true because of the hard work that I put in, you know?
Let's use this as an example. And I don't think Janine or Megan were actually with us back then. But when we first started, we created a course called the Entrepreneurial course. It was to inspire women in business, to empower them. And the course was a 12-week course. So there was 12 segments of information. And for one person to create a course like that, you then have to then create the entire course. And it's all information from the beginning, which was your values, finding your value, understanding your value, marketing your value. It was a whole long process. Now, one person creating that course, if they don't have the time to network and they don't have the time to do anything else, it's going to take months to put all that content together, create it in such a way that the course content can be delivered. Then you still have your marketing. Then there's a whole bunch of things that need to go into not only the creation of the course, but actually getting the course out there. We did that. But the trick is we did not do it on our own. We found professionals in particular fields that is what they do for each segment. So we had 12 individuals, each creating 1 week's worth of content. And within those individuals, there were marketing specialists. There were, how long would you guys think it would take to have built, marketed, and delivered that course?
And accredited.
And accredited.
A 12-week course. How long?
How long do you guys think?
12 weeks? No, maybe. No, well, I mean, realistically, probably a minimum of 6, but you're probably going to surprise me and say 2, 3, 4.
That's a good question. How long was
But I think we did it in something ridiculous, like 6 weeks. 6 weeks, we had all the content together. We had Facebook group built. We had the learning system set up. We were getting rave reviews. The thing was accredited.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
First cohort in.
I mean, that was done how long ago? We actually still have the WhatsApp group with all those members still in it, and they are still communicating with each other.
Yeah, we're actually going to rerun it. Tweak it slightly, pull in some new people, and then rerun it. But
the point is, if you're doing it on your own, then you are creating it, you're building it, you got to put it all together, you've got to make sure it's right before you can even go to market. When you go to market, then you've got to do your marketing, and then you've got to actually do your ticket sales and your book. Goodness me, the amount of responsibility is endless. The question is, why would you do it on your own? It makes no sense. If you think that you're going to do it on your own, and then you're going to be the only one that benefits financially, well, then you're just plain stupid.
So then you're paying for the person that needs to market this, or you're doing the marketing yourself. You're paying for the person that is booking all of the people in and doing all of the admin, or you're doing it yourself. You're creating all the course content, or you're paying someone to do that for you. You're making sure that the candidates are constantly engaged and no one drops off of the cart, or you're paying someone to do that for you.
Why? It makes no sense. And also with more people involved, not only are you relying on your own network to now promote this course, you actually there's 12 different networks that are available for you, because each one of those people that are part of the creation of the content are all going to be marketing that course. The numbers coming in are going to be so much more than if you were just doing it on your own.
So I'm honestly still learning this, and I'm still kind of like, every time Peter opens his mouth, I'm like, it's such pie in the sky, like whatever, real life doesn't work. I can't help it. It's my natural reaction. It's like, I've done things this way for so long, but now that I've been working with Peter for this long, and people are actually like, I'm making money from projects that I am rarely involved in. I'm talking like maybe once a month, I'm the person that sends the invoice. Like, it is working like that. And it is because of the relationship thing and the not doing it alone thing, and the making sure that everyone that's working with you or around you is benefiting in the process. So if we can align
if they're not benefiting, then you're aligning yourself with the wrong people.
It's about aligning your interests. But so the only way, and I think Janine can also speak about this, to work out how to actually do this, I feel like if this is like a completely foreign concept to you, is to hang around with people that are doing it. So if you can spot people that aren't solopreneurs or that aren't, you know, working with their internal team only, or, you know, those kinds of people where you're like, how on earth did you do that? Like, you have like 3 businesses. Like, what is going on? If you can hang around them and start working with them, you naturally pick it up. And the way I know this is because of the way that my way of doing business has actually changed now. Like, I started a new project on Monday, and on purpose, I've checked myself. I haven't done one thing for that project by myself. Everything I've done a lot. I've set up the marketing. I have a team of 10 people in place. I have the equity stakes figured out. I have the legal agreements being drawn up. But every step of the way, I've been like, oh, okay, this person. Hey, Mr. Marketer, how are you? What do you think about this? And hey, Mr. Other person, like, I'm thinking about the equity. What do you think? Are you willing to share that with the rest of the people? And I know that this works because Janine was with us for like, I think 6 weeks or 3 weeks or 2 weeks when we got a phone call from her. And it was one of the best phone calls of my entire life, because it was this person that just had like everything in life, but like, you know, they deserve more. They deserve everything. And she was just like, I have an idea, Misty. What if we do a virtual assistant network? And in that way, we're actually aligning the interests of all the virtual assistants in our network and across the globe, and they can help each other. And that is where I was like, wow, the way we are doing business is actually rubbing off. And this means a lot, because the more we increase the network of our members inside our network, the better we do as a collective group, the more resources there are to give, the more it circulates between all of us. So I don't know, Janine, do you want to tell the people a little bit about what went on in your head when you started that, and what's going on now? And is it different to the way that you did business before? And or are you just insane and like ready to try anything? Like, what is up?
You know what? As an entrepreneur, you made the internal commitment to your business. And you need to cultivate a network of supporters, advisors, partners, vendors. Because if you believe in your business, others will too. It's that simple. It's really that simple. And yeah, when I got introduced to the Explore ProTech team, I absolutely fell in love, because you guys are in line with my values. And yeah, I had a conversation with you guys, dropped the bomb as to, hey, how about this? And Nestine was just like, well, yeah, how about next month? And I was like, woo! And yeah, I think a month later, we actually had our first event. It started in September. It had another event in October. We've got another one in November. And it was purely just sharing the idea. And what's the worst thing that can happen? They can say yes, or they can say no. But oh my gosh, if they say yes, oh, it's absolutely magic. And the whole point of networking is that collaboration partner that you build. I could not have done this without Nestine and Peter's support, without Somerville's support, without the other people that's helping with the marketing, what's helping with the website. And that's all because of networking and asking and sharing the idea. Don't be scared of that. That's the worst thing you can do to yourself and to your business and to your employees. Don't be scared of asking a question. I mean, I'm only on my own for 7 months and I've got my first employee. I am bragging about that to every single person I meet because it is amazing. If you're not clapping or smiling or getting goosies, then I don't care. I'm happy I've got an employee. And that's the magic of just opening your mouth, asking the right questions and sharing your ideas, because with that, you will grow automatically. I'm Janine from Jelani Sales, your virtual sales office.
That is awesome, Janine, and well done. I didn't even know that. That is freaking epic.
Let's add something else to the mix.
Yeah.
So I have a business and I need somebody else's services. I don't have the money to pay them to get the job done. What do I do? See, now I know what I do, but now the question is, what does everybody else do? Because 9 times out of 10, you're either going to fork out that money and you're going to pay. And if you can't afford it, it's the last of your money. What do?
I would just do it myself.
Yeah, there we go. That's one answer.
If I may, it's a simple thing called barter deal. At the end of the day, if I am sharing, I'm good in sales, and Nestine doesn't have time for that specific need in her business, what do I do? What does she do? She opens up her mouth and she asks the question, Janine, are you able to help me out with X, Y, and Z? I'm like, yeah, okay, this is a great opportunity because I'm actually needing X, Y, and Z from you. So there shouldn't always be a money transaction. You can do barter deals so that both parties benefits from it, and it gives you more credibility and it gives you more time to focus on your business, and it just frees up time, because what is time? Money. So if you can barter with someone that's within your business values and within your values, why not? Why would you not do it?
I like that, because now the question is, who, you call it barter trade, I call it energy exchange, much of a muchness. The question is, who do you do that with? Because you can't just do it with anyone.
Your best friends that you make in the Excel ProTech network. Do I get a gold star?
People you know, like, and trust.
There we go.
And please trust.
Yes.
Because I've even had barter deals where sometimes they don't always work out as well as they should. So I've also learned the hard way is people you know, like, and trust, definitely. But there's enough of them out there. I totally agree with that.
Yeah. So if you're looking to get things done in your business, and instead of going, well, I can't afford to network, I don't have the time, well, then you're permanently going to be working. Now, if you're building relationships with people that are out there and there's an energy exchange that can take place, you can literally exchange services for services. And what you're getting is absolutely amazing, and what they're getting is amazing too. And at the end of the day, what did you actually do to get that? What did you do? Build a relationship. Don't ever tell me you ain't got time to network. It just doesn't make any sense.
And if you do a barter exchange and it does work out, I mean, like, outside of the network, for me, they would never work out. They would like result in reputational damage to my psyche, like years of therapy. Or just like the other person would be like, yeah, let's do this. I am so keen. Walk out the door and never call me again. Literally, that is what happened. But in the network, I found that when they're done right, they actually make the relationship stronger, because they put both people now in a space where they can refer each other because they have first-hand experience of what is happening. And at the same time, they have this feeling that like, wow, you really helped me when I needed it the most. Like the first person I'm coming back to when I actually have money to pay someone is you.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I would never do an energy exchange or a trade with somebody that I might know, but I've never experienced what they do in business. I've never seen what they do. I've never seen them do it for somebody else. If you don't know somebody, don't trade. There has to be that element of trust. There has to be that element of you've experienced their services before, whether it was that you paid for them and now you're just in a position that you can't afford to pay for it, or whether they've worked for somebody else that you know, and you know there's been that. But never enter into an energy exchange with somebody that's just introduced. Oh, you need this. I'm introducing myself, and I can do this for you. But if I don't have the relationship and I've never seen it for real, the answer is no. No. Steer clear. Stay away. It has to be based on relationship.
I feel like we limit ourselves though. So there's so many limiting beliefs and like limiting codes that we have ingrained in us because of the way that we grew up or our circumstances or what we believe in life. Like I'll give you a real example. The joint venture that I started recently, that's not really started, but we have the buy-in of
which one?
The Make It Train one.
Oh, the Make It Train. Okay.
I came up with that idea and I was like, this is a really good idea. But at the same time, I was like, the people in the network are really important and they're so busy and they have such cool things going on. Like, how would they ever say, they wouldn't say yes to this. Why would they say yes to this? That is what went through. And it goes to my mind every single time. But that's an example of how I have limiting beliefs that like, I think what could they be? They could be like, if I want something done, I need to do it myself, or no one really wants to help you, or everyone is actually just in it for themselves, or no one will think your ideas are good. But I forced myself. I was like, Peter said, I'm not allowed to do anything by myself anymore because then I just burn out and that's bad for business. So I sent out some messages and I was like to some people, like, this is what I'm planning. Are you interested? And it takes guts to do that. And one of the people that I never thought in a million years would say yes.
Which one?
Said yes, and she's on this call right now.
Oh.
And so I wanted to hear from your side, Megan. Why did you say yes?
Because I think you underestimate what people want to do. Like, I think you probably went in with the mindset like, oh, she's too busy, because it's the first, I think, I can't even remember. I think her first line was, I know you're busy. Whereas you should rather have started the sentence by going, I've got a great opportunity. Then I would have listened anyway. But anyway, that's messaging for another day. No, I mean, why not? Because just we mentioned a few people's names as well. And I know that we share the same interests and goals. So for me, it's like I just feel keeping aligned with people that have similar values, as you said to me, and marketing experts, as we want to call ourselves, or whatever we are, I don't know. Why wouldn't I? Then I'm going to elevate my brand alongside all of theirs, and we can all align and network. I mean, growing our networks with our networks and our brands, like it would be a no-brainer. So yeah, and I totally read that message and I was like, oh my gosh, she actually thought about me. So there we go, Nestine, right back at you. Why would we say no? That's it. We are already connected. So yes, if I got a message from a random person and I didn't know them, perhaps I might have thought differently and said, what do they want out of me? But because you mentioned a few of the names and the relationship we have with Explore, I was like, no, it's a no-brainer. So
that is so cool and so interesting, and I love that.
Well,
yeah, I just laughed the way you started it. Like, I know you're busy, but it's like, never, Nestine. I was probably having a cup of coffee or something, chilling. We don't all work 24-hour days. Try not to.
Super busy, and I respect that.
But I respect you for asking me. Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Well, let's take it a step further. What is the power of the network you're in? You know, networks are all about people. At the end of the day, networks are about people. They're about relationships. They're about coexisting in a space. And when you have those relationships, and all those different relationships are people that are in business or entrepreneurs or professionals in different spaces, when you take all of those professions and you put them into one group, you basically have access to people that are professional in different spaces. So you're pretty much covering yourself from every different angle, which is powerful. There is power in that. You know, if you want to try and do all those things on your own, great luck, have fun. I'll see you when you fail. If you surround yourself with the correct people, and that network is power, then the question is, how powerful is your network?
Well, I don't know about yours, but mine is pretty powerful.
Well, I mean, there are different networking types. There are different networking spaces. I mean, ProTech is not the only networking company. There's multiple networking companies. I mean, Janine would know. Janine also belongs to BNI. You know? So every network is different. BNI is different. ProTech is different. CRBN is different. They all have different ways of doing things, but the basics are the same. There are people from different professions with different skill sets that you can surround yourself with. The question is, how are you utilizing the power of your network?
Mm.
I know I am.
Yeah, no, you definitely are. I think the rest of us might all still have to learn a thing or two, but Janine's a good second. Me and Megan are catching up and learning.
Yeah, no, I'm also part of the Red Club, because it used to be maroon, now it's red. And to be honest with you, I think it's always that they say givers gain, right? That's their whole like philosophy, and I do love it because it's life as well. Like from a child, I was always taught to give and I'll get. So like give your sweets away and the children will give it back to you. No, that doesn't happen. But later in life, Megan, the kids will give it back to you, right? So it's always been a philosophy in my life. Like always charity starts at home, like all those things. And it's just for me, networking exactly the same. So you've got to show up, you've got to be interested, you've got to be present. You know, you've got to engage, sometimes even maybe with the people that you feel don't add value to your business. That's cool. Like that's why we do talk about power teams like we have, because that's what it is. You know, we obviously want to align ourselves with people that share what we do. But again, it's always, I say it's just showing up. Don't always have the excuse that you're too busy, because then what does that say for credibility? People aren't going to build relationships with you. They're not going to trust you. And just again, making it real. Like don't just kind of, some people you're just not going to connect with. Like that's just the reality. There's just some people in the world you're never going to be friends with, and that's okay. But those networks and relationships that you do make in this process can change your life, literally. And yeah, I think it's, yeah. Anyway, that's my little 2 cents. Sorry, I'm chatting too much. Megan from the Marketing Lifeline.
Well done, Megan. That is how you do it.
I absolutely second that. And you know what? The opposite of networking is not working. So exactly that is, you have to be in it to win it, right? And if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go with others. And that's the whole point of networking as well, is you will go far by being part of others that's within your values. And I will say it again, it's one of my favorite sayings. Align yourself with people that's keeping your fire burning. Because you always have the ground, you always have the sky, and you will always have people around you that will keep your fire burning. So stay around those people, because they are amazing. They will make you go far indeed. Indeed. Oh, by the way, join the Global Online Speed Networking this month.
That was very subtle. I love that, Janine.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what? I mean, yes, We are Explore Project. Yes, we love people to join us. Are we everybody's cup of tea? No. The different spaces for different people. If you are not networking, find a network that suits you, where you fit, where you can surround yourself with people. If it's not us, make it somebody else, but make it.
Okay, guys, so that's the show for today anyway. So I hope you learned, I know you learned a lot from this. So if you don't yet have your business built in a way where it can run without you, secret is start building those relationships, start finding a network, first of all, where you fit in, where you can make friends, not just business partners, but friends. Focus on the relationships, then build intentionally. Let go of your limiting beliefs and build intentionally away from yourself. It's okay. And if you don't know how to do that, join a team or hang around with people that are doing that, and you'll naturally start picking up how to do that. It's all about aligning other people's interests in a way that aligns with yours. And that's the way to do it. So it's very possible. I've seen it happen in front of my eyes. Yeah, and if you want to know more, connect with any one of these beautiful people on the screen. Their LinkedIn contact details are in the description below. So go connect and say hi. I know they would love to chat to you. And this has been fabulous. Also, let us know in the chat down below in the comments. Do you have any limiting beliefs? Do you think that keeps you from building the business of your dreams? What are they? We'd love to know. Let's chat about it. And other than that, let's see you again next week, same time, same place. Lots of love, and may all your wildest entrepreneurial dreams come true. Ciao!